up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, that's right. It's that new car smell. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now experiencing distance nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con radio podcast family.
She's a chameleon, the chameleon of our show. It's Jen from Frey Comics.
Woo.
They're bleeding almost $1 billion a year. It's SHDU.
Who told you that?
You're part of the problem.
I am the problem.
It's you. You're the problem. It's you.
And he's Scooby's official pooper scooper. It's young Phil.
Where my poop?
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
And we're
here to nerd together. Yeah, that's right. We're talking anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, y'all, if you're on YouTube right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let everybody know you enjoy distance nerding and everything that we do here because we try to do everything that we can. It really does help us, guys. Listen on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review. And remember, 5 stars helps everything. For everything else, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to shoot us an email, you can shoot us an email at your email of choice. If it is your email of choice, only if it's one place, right? If that is dist.
Yeah.
I lost it there.
Yeah.
I don't see.
First it was the music, now it's the graphics. We're already falling apart.
I forgot about the put the graphic in. I'm not gonna do that right now. Insnerding@aol.com. You will read it live.
You just have to imagine it. The theater of the mind.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are using new software and it is all new right now. So you are now experiencing.
I don't know where I am right now.
Yeah, you are now experiencing for the first time. If you're watching the video, you are now watching, experiencing the train wreck that is brand new software.
I've got a logo. Yes. It's weird. Your logo here.
And what's fun is I can move that logo and put it like right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it'd be straddling the fence.
Yeah. Right here, we just stick it right in the middle, and there you go. It's right in between all of us.
Oh,
yeah. Now we don't know SHDU's name.
No.
Yeah.
It's just
now we're all Power Rangers.
There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hop right into it. It is now the time for everyone's favorite show. It's our favorite show. The best thing. You have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download. All right.
Ooh.
I know, right? You know what I'm actually going to do here because we have all this stuff up here. I'm going to put us at the top like that.
Ooh, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. A new perspective.
I know. So what I like about this software is I can change almost anything I want on this. Right?
That's cool.
And the other cool thing is, like, if I wanted to, say, oh, let's put him in perspective, I can just double click on whatever I want.
Oh, that's neat. So it's a little bit more user friendly.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, this makes no sense for anybody listening to the audio version of the episode. So let's get right into this.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we've got a entirely different version of the show here for you guys today. This week on deck, we've got the Geekend Update.
Don't spill your pop. We're going on a trip to Holland, Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. Casting Corral.
Is Superman's dad a raccoon?
He definitely is. He's a trash panda. A news boosh.
The sun sets on Sundance, but the early coyote gets the movie.
Absolutely. And a new segment that we are doing for the first time because there was so much news that we had to make it its own thing. The Incursion.
Rumor World, the casting cosmos, and the multiverse mashup. all the Marvel news and rumors, we're going to need more chairs.
We're going to need more everything. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Have you ever seen the movie 13 Chairs?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, Mel Brooks is in it, and
oh, now I have to watch it.
it's early Peter DeLuise, not Peter DeLuise. Is it Peter DeLuise? Don DeLuise. It's early Don DeLuise. It's like from the 70s. It's really interesting. It's a little bit more artistic than a lot of the Mel Brooks movies. It's not as, slapstick comedy like. So
gotcha.
Hey!
Oh, look, and we're here to nerd
together.
Nerd together. Woo.
So thanks, guys. We really enjoyed talking.
Yeah,
to you
no,
about
that
all
was
this
a great
stuff.
show.
We're getting
Remember,
ready
yep.
to do the dance party.
It was
Hey,
great.
but first,
All right. Yep.
We have merch, people.
Oh.
It's chaos.
It's weird because on my end the sound effects are incredibly quiet.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, that may be
No, I'm
something
liking
to-
it. You just keep doing that thing.
Well, I just want to make sure the adoring fans can still hear them.
Oh, okay. But first,
Yeah,
shout
before we
outs.
get into all of that, of course, let me get a shout out.
Cool.
All right.
Did it
Well,
play? Or was
this
it
show is
sure?
brought
Was
to you by Dubby. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. All kinds of deliciousness, guys. Get in on it. There's all kinds of new flavors. They even have them in can form now. So check that out, guys. If you're going to be at Gem State, what is it, next month, officially as of today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as of today, it's officially next
April.
month. That's right. Then be on the lookout because we're going to have a bunch of new flavors of Dubby for all you guys to try.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. Great.
I was
Fun.
totally listening to everything you just said.
I'm sure you were.
And we're going to be on Comic-Con Radio.
Or we're going to be on Comic-Con Radio, or
Aren't
we're
we
on
already
Comic-Con
on
Radio.
one?
That was
I
your.
thought we had 2 shows.
That's for you to do the transition. Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio from Find Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, on comiccon-radio.com/podcast. Should do the honors. Pop it in the chat.
Oh.
Shadu.
Okay.
Flippity ploppity
Okay.
in the chattily waddly.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a brand new day.
I don't think he knows. how to do
Hey!
it. Did you do it? Did it
I
happen?
think I did it. Well, I can't necessarily do it on this service because I'm not a host, so I had to go to the YouTube thing and do it. I think that works better.
How rude.
Also,
I
that
see Tater.
it hasn't popped up yet, so who knows?
Yeah, after the show, we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
I have no
anyway.
idea.
It'll be fine.
It's
fine.
We're fine. It'll be fine. We're fine. How are you? Anyways,
Hi guys, I went to a movie premiere.
that's
Cool.
right. So jumping right into this, James, let's talk about this, right? Because we're gonna talk about Geek End Update.
Waiting for music to wrap up and play.
Woo!
Yeah, shout out to Geek Freaks Podcast, our buddy Frank and his friends, his brother, his family. So cool. They invited us to a Amazon Prime premiere of Holland, which is on the screen, starring Nicole Kidman. How cool is that? Amazon Prime, we're like, hey, let's do a premiere of this movie in Sacramento. Geek Freaks put it on, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So I think there was they only got like a 4 or 5 day notice before they're like, let's put on the show. So, I mean, I think there was like 50 plus people at the premiere. So that's pretty good for the last minute kind of putting it together. But it was a fun movie, free popcorn, free tickets, free soda. It was great. The movie, it was actually really fun. I went
Was
with...
it like a horror movie?
It's it starts out as like a drama.
Mhm.
And then it kind of morphs into, is this a thriller? Is it a murder mystery? You're not quite sure
Oh,
as things start to unfold. So it's fun.
My favorite thing about movies is to be confused throughout the whole thing.
Oh.
There we go. So what I'm hearing an echo.
Me too.
Oh my god.
There we go.
All right, that's better.
What was really cool though is that we got to hang out with a bunch of people. So I got to hang out with a bunch of the Geek Freaks guys. They were super cool. Their families were there. Shout out to Andrew from Toy Fusion. He showed up with some friends. That was awesome. The SAG Geeks crew was there. Frisco and some friends were there. It was awesome. It was nice to like kind of get in touch and hang out with people outside of like cons, because that's what we see people is cons. And who made the guest appearance? LaJack showed up.
That's right.
Wow.
It was amazing. We had a good time during the movie.
Sighting?
There was a
LaJack sighting. Yeah, it was a good time. My wife couldn't go because she was hanging out with the kiddos. Philippe couldn't go because he was phoenixing. He was being Phoenix Phil.
Phoenix filled.
So Jackie and I went and saw this movie, and it was fun. It was awesome.
Wow. So
Nice.
you're dating Phil's wife?
So I mean, if you call it that, I got her. I didn't have to pay for the movie. I didn't have to pay for the popcorn. Didn't have to pay for the soda.
So perfect date.
I'm pretty much a gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a gentleman.
Okay, so I have one question for you. Did heartbreak feel good in a place like that?
I did not hear what you said. What? Did heartbreak what?
I'm trying to make a joke here.
I didn't hear what you said.
You're not doing well.
I can tell.
Should we just move on?
Yeah, let's just move on. Let's just go.
Just move along.
Just move on. Just move on.
Move along.
Move along.
VacaCon, April 12th and 13th, right around the corner. 2 days. It used to be just one day. It used to be just like an afternoon. But now VacaCon is 2 days of artists, vendors, panels, celebrity guests, fandom, meetups, cosplay, contests, kids zones, car shows, food trucks. Oh my gosh. Vacaville knows how to do it up. I like it.
Had me at food trucks.
I know, right? But it's actually kind of cool watching VacaCon grow. It's put on by the city, which is pretty cool that they're able to put together a fun little con, and it keeps growing every single year. I know Kyber Cave is going to be there. That's kind of like their hometown.
Yeah.
So it'll be awesome to see our friends Van out there. But check out this guest lineup. All of a sudden they have guests. They have celebs there. So Keith Coogan, if you've seen Adventures in Babysitting, he was in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah.
He was in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. There's a theme here about babysitters.
When he was young, he was very into babysitting.
Very into babysitting.
Babysitters.
I didn't even know this, but he was in Jay and Silent Bob reboot as well.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw his face, I'm like, oh my God, I love that guy from those movies. So it's super fun. And then John Morris from Toy Story, Andy from Toy Story is going to be there.
Right.
Super nice dude. Jessica DeCiccio from Adventure Time and Loud House and Final Fantasy, a voice actress. And then young Phil, Jason Mewes.
Yep.
From the View Askew universe.
Your
Jay
favorite frenemy.
Jay and Silent Bob's Strikes Back is going to be in Vacaville. Oh my! How does that happen? How does he end up in Vacaville?
Well, he probably takes a plane or a
car.
car.
I assume there was an invitation at some point, probably.
Yes, and they're probably paying him.
Yeah.
There you go. And then on top of that, Michael Winslow. If you've ever seen Police Academy,
he's the dude with all the sound effects.
Dude, all the sound. He's like a walking soundboard. It's so funny, so funny. So that's right around the corner. What's that?
I said somewhat like young Phil.
There you go.
There you go.
No,
so
stop doing that.
If you want tickets and want to know what's going on at the show, visit their Instagram. So at VacaCon for info and tickets. Hey, SHDU, pop it in the chat, bro.
Oh. Okay.
You can do it.
I don't think his other thing popped in the chat.
I've got faith in you, SHDU. You can do it.
All right. Good.
All of a sudden, he's like our tech genius.
Oh, he told me the other day that he didn't want to be the the tech savant over here as well as his dad's. And I said, oh, don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about that. So
yeah, but lots going on around.
I was gonna say, because I'm the tech guy around here.
right. Well, not in our house. That would be quite the commute for you.
At least on our show.
Yes, on the show, yes. No, I just totally forgot how to do something that I should have known how to do. It was.
All right.
I'm turning into my mother. Let's move on before I have an emotional breakdown.
Before you have an existential crisis.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right into it. It is now time for the main part of the show. And we're going to start a little bit different. The portion of the show that we normally call the download is what we're starting with here today. So, guys, let's start it off.
That was awesome.
Cool. All right.
It's me.
We're gonna corral it up, right?
Yeah.
I'm the first one. It's me.
I was waiting for James to just like do a introduction, but sure. So we are going to start with casting corral here, guys. Let's talk about all the casting
reactions. Check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know
what you're nerding out on.
That's right. We do want to know what you guys are nerding out on. Actually, what I didn't check, I did post on Instagram earlier to see if anybody was excited for tonight, and I'll probably, if anybody did respond, I'll shout all that out at the beginning of the incursion. So let's move it over here. Frey, it's your time to shine. Let's go ahead and do this.
Aw, thank you. I love it when you guys let me shine.
We don't let you shine. You just outshine us.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't.
You guys are being too nice.
And we do cut you off when you're trying to talk. So
yeah, all the time.
Go
I
ahead.
cut you guys off too. Mutual cutting off. That's really it. That sounded really kind of weird. Okay.
It's okay if it's consensual.
I hate that both of our brains go to that, but it proves that we're related. Okay, this corral only feeds its actors tacos, so buy us a taco. Nobody's paying attention.
That's right. Buy us a taco. Oh.
You can buy a taco. Join the taco party. Is that what you were waiting for? Is that what you wanted me to do?
Yeah, I can hear the sound effects now.
Clearly, no one pre-reads the script. But
there's no script. I
There's
don't know
a
what you're
script?
talking about.
We don't read a script. What are you talking about?
wait, is Harry Potter being directed by Edgar Wright? HBO is assembling its cast for the Harry Potter series reboot, and the latest rumor has Nick Frost as Rubius Hagrid, the beloved half-giant groundskeeper of Hogwarts.
Woohoo!
I love him so much. If he officially signs on, Frost would bring the heart and comedy of the loyal friend book readers love. So I think actually he'd be really good. What do you guys think?
I shouldn't have said that. or wait a minute. Hold on. I have Rubius on here, right? You're a wizard, Harry.
I just think Nick could absolutely do it.
Yes, I think he's so funny, and he's so like under the radar funny. I think it's going to be a nice.
And he's got the kind of look almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in this picture, yeah.
Well, and he can look really scary, and then he can look really teddy bearish. You know what I mean? Like as an actor, I've seen him do both of those. And so yeah, I think he could do a good job. But
yeah,
all right, so next we're going to the man up in the sky. So Ruh-roh, Kal-El's dad is a raccoon.
That tracks.
Yeah,
that was a bad line reading, but okay.
Yeah.
James Gunn's Superman has been going through test screenings, and Bradley Cooper is Jor-El. Noted leaker Viewer Anon confirmed Cooper's appearance. I want to call him Copper. It goes back to the Fox and the Hound for me. All right. Cooper's appearance will be brief, limited to the opening minutes of the film. So what I want to know is which other Guardians will pop in to say hi.
I know that oh man, what's his name? I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Rooker?
Rooker's supposed to be in this.
Michael Rooker's going to be in it?
Michael Rooker's supposed to be in it.
Oh, that's cool. I had no idea. I don't know.
Michael Rooker's in every project that Gunn makes.
Well, him and Nathan Fillion and his brother.
Right. And we know his brother's
Wait.
playing like 4 characters.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion's in it too. Shit. All right, yay.
I didn't know Michael Rucker is going to be in this. That's cool.
Yeah, I
He's
hadn't heard.
supposed to be a minor character, so like it's more of a cameo than it is a major character.
Mm.
It's like in
So he's
Suicide-
mining like a dwarf.
A minor character. How old is Michael Rucker?
Sure, there was about 3
Wow.
different minor jokes there.
We're just
I
going through
didn't
him.
say a word, but
Just going
okay.
through him.
The humor was minor. That's about it.
One went Snow White and the other went True Crime.
Underage, yeah.
True crime.
So yeah, okay. So on that transition, Sweeney Gundam style. We gotta go to the next thing.
I know. I'm trying to get to the other screen. All right.
Okay, there you go.
Welcome Gumboon style. Boom, ba-dum, bum. We'll fix it in post. We'll put the song in
Yeah,
post.
right.
The live action
This isn't
Gundam
live or
movie
anything.
just took a big step forward as Sydney Sweeney is in final talks to join the film. While details about her role, it's being kept under wraps or hush hush. Her involvement adds momentum to a project that's been quietly in the works for a while. So I know nothing about Gundam, and I don't know if she would be a good choice, bad choice. I am not a subject expert in this, so does anybody do the Gundam?
I've watched Gundam, but not like a lot. I'm like familiar with Gundam. I've watched a few of the movies. I watched a little bit of the anime when I was younger. But I
Okay.
haven't like really gone like super deep into Gundam.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I was like, I don't really know what's going on. But I'm sure as it continues to develop, we will get more news on it. So,
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So next, who likes putting big blue streaks in weird places? Stephen Yoon.
Yeah.
I
That makes
mean,
sense,
he's
yeah.
heading to the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. He has officially joined the cast of Paramount and Nickelodeon's upcoming animated film centered on Aang. Though details about his character remain a mystery. I guess it's the one that's gonna take place when Aang is an adult.
An adult, right?
Yeah, that's the one. And I know we've talked about it before. So, but yeah, Stephen Yoon's gonna do that. So who do we think he's gonna play?
Maybe he's gonna play Aang.
You think he's gonna play Aang?
Or what's his son's name?
Oh,
Bang.
gosh.
No.
That's not it. It's like some like really weird name, but not like Aang's weird. But he in Legend of Korra he played
Tenzin.
yeah, but he played the first Avatar.
I guess you could do that. Like I was wondering more like, does he play a young Tenzin?
He
Oh,
could. I mean
yeah.
I could see that. I could see him playing Aang, to be honest with you. But then also could he also be playing the first Avatar, and that's how they're tying it into the whole Avatar verse?
Yeah.
Which is what I'm calling it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I think if he was playing Aang, they would have announced that he's
Yeah.
playing Aang.
Yeah.
So he's probably like what young Phil's saying, like maybe it's his son or somebody else.
What if he's the guy from the Fire Nation? I never remember his name.
Zuko?
Yeah.
He's not gonna play Zuko, like because they already have somebody playing Zuko. He's been playing him since the beginning.
Has he been announced in this?
No.
Okay.
Dante Bosco is Zuko, and the thing is every time they
it's funny that you went no.
but the thing is Dante Bosco has played Zuko in every iteration. So if they're doing Zuko, I do not see them saying, "Oh, we're gonna have somebody else play Zuko," when we've had Dante Bosco play Zuko as a child, as an adult, and as an old man.
Okay, look, I did not want to start a fight with this. I'm just throwing out options.
Whereas like Tenzin's played by J.K. Simmons, which actually is kind of a funny joke if you think about it. J.K. Simmons plays Tenzin in Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
But if you have Stephen Yeun play him as a young. Well, now you have
Invincible.
Invincible and his dad playing the same character.
It's Invinciception.
Yeah, I know, right? His son's name was Robert Paulson. I think Rob Paulson did play characters on that show, though. Oh, that's good. Chuck says an older Sokka. That actually made a lot of sense.
Yeah. He knows way more about Avatar. Like, he was way more into Avatar than I was. I've seen it like all the way through it once, but I've seen episodes more than once. So
yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense for like he. I think he could pull off older Sokka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
That'd be cool. Cool.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm sure we'll find out as it gets there. I'm just excited that he's cast in it. It makes me think that they're really wanting to do, to get new people involved in it as well. So,
but I'm also like noticing they are. I think after Invincible, they're like really starting to like kind of see this guy has a lot of good acting chops, especially after that multiverse episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like he literally played 14 different characters, and they all had distinct personalities.
Yeah. So you're spoiling stuff that I haven't seen yet.
Oh my god. It's all in one episode, but it's the multiverse done right. It's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
He didn't spoil it. There were 17 different characters that he played. So
you spoiled it.
Thanks,
James.
Oh, oops. My bad. My bad.
Last week, you wouldn't leave me alone about Doomheart. This week, you're already starting with it. You know what? I need to go to my happy place. Bring up Oscar Isaacs.
Are we skipping the one in between?
We're skipping.
Oh, are we skipping that? Sorry, I needed to go to my happy place. All right, no. Bring on the Lou.
I was going to say, is Lou your happy place?
Not now, but he might be going forward. Lou's back, but he ain't seeing green this time. Lou Ferrigno is set to star in an upcoming indie action thriller project titled Hard Redemption. So really the only thing I remember about like what Hard Redemption is about is there are goblins.
What?
Ooh. There are goblins?
Yeah, and I think Lou Ferrigno plays a teacher in it. So that's all I think. So hopefully we'll get more about this because that sounds really odd, and I'm very invested in it so far. So the film is currently in post-production and scheduled for a 2025 release. So it should be released this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard Redemption.
Let's go to your happy place now.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready. In Isaac we trust. In Isaac we trust. Be honest, he's the only Oscar we're interested in.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, no, yeah.
Right? Everybody's dada.
I
like the Grouch. I like the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch is a good Oscar.
Yeah,
he is.
He's sexy.
I'm gonna be honest. Everybody loves Pedro Pascal. Like everybody loves Pedro Pascal. I honestly think Oscar Isaacs is more attractive.
If they were both ever in a movie together, I would probably just scream the entire
they're like best
time.
friends, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and then like halfway through it, Charlie Cox pops up.
Oh God. Yeah,
just the idea of the movie is an orgasm for your mom.
I was gonna say that they also are really good friends with Diego Luna.
Yeah. Who's another Latino guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Like Oscar got Pedro into Mandalorian, and Pedro told, or no. Diego got told Oscar he was doing Rogue One, and then Oscar got the trilogy, and then they both convinced Pedro to do the Mandalorian.
Damn.
I
just
that
has nothing to do with what I want to talk about.
That just helped me realize that two of the three are lead characters, but one is also just a main character in the franchise.
Yeah. So anyway, Oscar Isaac, this has nothing to do with any of it. I just had to go down that rabbit hole. Apparently, my brain went there. Oscar Isaac is set to executive produce and star in the Apple TV series Stowaway, playing Juan Carlos Guzman, who is internationally recognized as the greatest con man alive. He was the kid that, like, at 13, they found him, like, holding on to the landing gear in an airplane, and he had this elaborate story, but come to find out, like he said he was from, like, Colombia, and he had stowed away or whatever. And no, like, his family lived in Miami. And, like, his mom was in Bogota, and she was like, "Where is my child?" So it's like, and that was the start of it. So and my thing is like, it's another Apple TV series that we heard nothing about until right now. Does Apple not like telling people about their streaming service?
We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but yes,
Okay.
they don't like telling anybody.
Oh, it's a series. How do they do a whole series on this? Okay.
He is very, like, the Juan Carlos Guzman is very prolific in his conning. Like, he's just running for his life, like, the whole time. So I know that name. In it.
Like, I 100% know that name.
I kind of vaguely,
So, well, the producer is signaling to wrap it up, or he's swatting a fly. But don't forget to stop by our gift shop, because we've got merch, people.
That's right. We got merch, people. Oh, too early?
Yep. We have, like...
Okay, sorry. Let's continue on here. So we're going to get into the news here, guys. We're going to do a little bit of news before we jump into the incursion, because there's so much to discuss that happened over this week at CinemaCon.
In here.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. It's time to park your bags. After more than 4 decades of calling Park City home, the Sundance Film Festival is officially moving to Boulder, Colorado, beginning in 2027. It may come to a surprise to some. For those following the festival's trajectory in recent years, the move seemed inevitable. Boulder beat out Cincinnati, Ohio, and Utah's last-ditch effort to keep Sundance in its birthplace, ultimately winning the bid with a strong financial proposal and a vision for the festival's future. Sundance has struggled with Park City's limitations, overcrowded venues, high costs, and accessibility challenges, all of which have made the festival experience increasingly difficult for both industry insiders and indie filmmakers scraping together travel budgets. With Boulder locked in as the future home of Sundance, the countdown begins for Park City's final festival, set to take place from January 22nd to February 1st of 2026.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
so it's kind of a big deal, just because, you know, they've been there forever.
Do you think the whole, like, Colorado legalized weed was a factor?
I don't know if that is. I know that there's...
It depends. You know, some of those indie movies, some of them, you need a little, you know.
I know that there's a lot more... What am I trying to say? There's less strict restrictions in Colorado.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the reason that they wanted to go to Ohio, because there's not as many restrictions as there are in Utah. And they've been kind of wanting to move out of Utah for a good while now, just because restrictions in Utah have been getting tighter and tighter, and it's like, dude, we don't want
Utah is so over.
Yeah, so you know,
Park City is a small town. It's literally like one main street is where everything is, and then after that it's just nothing. Yeah. So I could see them wanting to make the festival bigger and getting out of Park City, because Park City doesn't have the infrastructure to expand. And
it's
that's
Boulder's much bigger. Yeah.
Let's like Carson City, because Carson City is so small. Like, it's kind of like a block, and then the rest of it is just nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So considering it's the capital,
Boulder is a college town, so there's a ton of infrastructure there.
Yeah.
I think 30,000 students come in and out, you know, every year. So they got it.
I've been to Boulder once, and I can say that Boulder, Colorado does definitely seem like the kind of place where a film festival should take place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when you drive down the streets of Boulder, it seems like one of those kind of like hoity-toity places that a film festival should be taking place at. So
conversely, I've been to Park City, and I literally walk the street and I'm like, where is the festival supposed to be? There's like
what were you doing
in theater?
What were you doing in Park City, Utah?
Snowboard. Go visit people.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Snowboarding.
Wow. You guys got really personal there for a minute.
We did.
We tend to do that. So let's go ahead and move on, guys.
All right.
There's nothing stronger than prequels.
That was terrible.
And the people, the
What's
family.
actually, wait, what was the other
Oh,
joke?
no.
There's nothing stronger than somebody changed my
No.
joke.
The joke wasn't terrible. Your delivery was terrible.
But the joke would have made it better. The joke would have made it better.
There's nothing
really?
stronger than family.
Vin Diesel has announced that he will direct a precursor. That's what it was. There's nothing stronger than family than a
There's nothing
precursor.
No. And that's actually Vin Diesel right there too. So
He will direct a precursor to Fast X Part 2. This is Fast and the Furious short film that will fill the gap between the first part of the story and the big finale. Okay. Vin Diesel said, to say the excitement for our finale was incredibly powerful is an understatement. This grand finale is not just an ending, it's a celebration of the incredible family we've built together. Hope to make you proud. No release date in gear for Fast and the Furious Part 2.
But
Part 2.
it's going to be about family.
Gonna be about
Is it
family.
finally going to be over? That's what I wanted.
I don't know. I stopped watching after the 7th one.
Is it finally going to be over? I don't think it is.
Shidu,
I think
how
they're
many
gonna
how many
do
Fast and the Furiouses have you seen?
None. But
Okay. What? They go to space, man. Come on. You gotta give it a
What?
chance.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
Okay. Whatever. Just
Aaron Watson in the chat. So we're highly anticipating the cinematic masterpiece that is Fast X Part 2, but instead we're getting a short film.
And of course, we'll only be at Sundance Film Festival now in Boulder, Colorado.
He's gonna drop a car from space into Boulder.
He already did that in like the 9th movie, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's gonna do it again.
He's breaking the not the sound barrier, but he's breaking like the atmospheric barrier, and he's just like, family.
Okay, now I'm excited for this movie.
That's all it took.
Now I'm excited.
All right.
We're talking about movies that we're excited for. Shadu, bring us in.
All I know is those are some mythical abs. A collection of new set photos of service for Christopher Nolan's upcoming epic, The Odyssey. They offer a first look at Zendaya as Athena in costume, as well as a new look at Matt Damon's Odysseus. The Odyssey arrives in theaters on July 17th of 2026.
Are those spray painted on, or is that really his abs? Because they
I don't know.
I think those are really his apps, but I
I mean,
like when I
ugh.
first saw it, I did not think that was Matt Damon. I thought that
He's got
was,
yeah, no, it's
who
good,
was,
yeah.
Who was the guy that played the bad guy in Moon Knight? What was the actor's name?
Ethan Hawke?
Oh, Ethan Hawke.
Hawke. I thought it was freaking Ethan Hawke.
Is Ethan Hawke still that ripped?
I don't know. I saw the beard and the hair, and I was like, that's got to be Ethan Hawke. And
That's
it's not.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah, no, Matt Damon's looking good. This is more proof that you can be in like your late 40s to your 50s and be stupid ripped.
yeah.
I still want to know if this is gonna be like
If
a
you have a lot of
two-parter, a
money.
three-parter, or just one film.
If they do it right, it better be it should be a 3-parter. This book was so long.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 10-part film, and it's gonna come out one part a year, so that you can also feel that you've gone on the 10-year journey that Odysseus went on.
If Fast and the Furious can go Fast and Furious X Part 2, the least we could do is give Odyssey the movies it deserves.
Yeah.
It's like the 4 Beatles movies that are coming out next year.
Exactly. Ringo's only a short film. So.
Right. Well,
Everyone can be shredded when you have a personal trainer, personal chef, and you have 3 months of doing nothing but working out before filming. He's not wrong.
No.
He's
true.
not wrong. That's Aaron Watson
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And he's also probably dehydrated.
Yeah.
He probably is. That's how they make you look ripped on
And
film.
you see
Exactly.
that Zendaya is just laughing at all of him being
no,
that
it's
guy.
Funny the way they have the picture for those of you who are listening right now. If you go back and pull it up on YouTube, the way the pictures are set up, it really does look like Zendaya is just laughing at him.
Look at those fake abs.
No, it tells a story. It's like you see Matt Damon, and then Zendaya's laughing at him. And then Matt Damon, something's happening to him with Christopher Nolan. Like Christopher Nolan's taking
He's like, look at these
Zendaya's
abs.
side.
Look at my ass.
And then the next picture, you see that Matt Damon is ignoring Zendaya.
Yeah.
So it tells a whole story.
It's great. Yeah, and I am curious how they're doing Athena here. I mean, I'm all for Zendaya being Athena, but I am just curious about what the kind of characterization will be, what they go with costume wise. And it's pretty simple here, but I'm wondering if there's more to it. If there is like a more,
I'm gonna bet there's more to it that we just can't see. They don't want the
but I'm asking if it's going to be more like kind of Athena Parthenos or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Zendaya playing Athena makes all of the sense because she is gorgeous and Athena is the goddess of love. So
no, Athena is not the goddess of love.
Athena is the goddess of wisdom and war.
Yes, she has an owl.
You're right. I'm thinking of the wrong goddess.
Who of course will be played by Sydney Sweeney. So
is Sydney Sweeney playing Aphrodite?
No, that's it.
Okay.
He's made that up.
Okay, no, I was gonna say because he did. Does he not encounter Aphrodite over all this as well?
I'd have to check.
Or was that the Iliad?
That was
That was during the Trojan War, so it wouldn't have been the Odyssey. This is after the Trojan War.
But he encounters Athena.
Aphrodite.
Yeah, he encounters Athena at some point in one of the two books. I don't remember which one it was.
We just turned into like debating Greek mythology podcast.
Anyway,
what just happened?
We're moving on.
You're right. You're right. Let's move on to the next story because we're gonna stay within the realm of fantasy here. It's going high fantasy.
Speaking of epics involving several goddesses and a weird giant man, Nintendo announced on the Nintendo Today app that its live-action film adaptation of The Legend of Zelda will be released in theaters on March 26th of 2027. The film is being directed by Wes Ball of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes fame. During a previous interview, the director shared that he's looking for a movie to be both serious and whimsical. I have this awesome idea. I've been thinking about it for a long frickin' time, of how cool a Zelda movie would be. I want to fulfill people's greatest desires. I know it's important, this Zelda franchise, to people, and I want it to be a serious movie. A real movie that can give people an escape. That's the thing I want to try to create. It's got to feel like something real, something serious and cool, but fun and whimsical.
Okay, all I can think of after you doing that voice is like, why does Wes Ball sound like comic book guy? Worst Zelda movie ever.
The Legend of Zelda was ready into theaters on March 26th of 2027.
Yeah, all I care about is that he has a fucking ocarina. That's all I care about.
Wow.
And it's funny because it only happens in one game, but it's so like just lasting in the franchise. But it's like I want him to have an ocarina.
Yeah, no,
and I want him to just like like just for no reason at all. I want it to be a throwaway joke. Just like does the ocarina? I'm like, that was useless, and just like throw it away.
Right.
Hey, Nakarina. Okay, let's keep going.
Also, if he doesn't have the Master Sword, I'll be pissed. All right, let's move on.
Right.
Zoinks! Another reboot, Scoob.
That was so.
Was that supposed to be
Mystery Gang is making a comeback in the form of a live-action Scooby-Doo series on Netflix. If you can do better impressions, pick up the story yourself. The series is officially moving forward with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol writer Josh Applebaum and Venom and Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle writer Scott Rosenberg spearheading the project as showrunners. The 8-episode series will take fans back to the early days of the Mystery Inc., focusing on how Shaggy, Daphne, Velma, and Freddy first cross paths with their soon-to-be beloved Great Dane. I do have a Scooby-Doo, where are you, Opsis? We got some work to do now, synopsis.
Scooby-Doo, where are you, Opsis? We got some work to do now, synopsis.
Come on, Scooby.
During the final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in a haunting mystery surrounding a lonely, lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to a supernatural murder. Together with a pragmatic and scientific townie Velma and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy, they set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all of their secrets. No date when Netflix will take Scooby out for a walk.
Like Zoink Scoob.
So Velma's not canon?
No.
She's a townie. What do you mean?
I
She's
meant
in there?
the TV show. Velma, the TV show?
Oh yeah, because that's supposed to be how like before they met Scooby and everything like that. But I mean, technically, the Velma show also makes what was it, the Young Scooby-Doo or the old cartoon from I think it was in the 70s about them as kids meeting
Oh yeah,
as a puppy. That also makes that not canon. So I mean, like,
yeah.
And wasn't Velma on? Was that on Max?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
This is going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like an alternate universe thing, anyways, with Velma.
I don't know if there is a Scooby-Doo canon necessarily, but
there is, just because the newer cartoons all kind of live in the same universe.
Okay.
Yeah. So. It's in the supernatural universe because they did crossover.
Right.
That's true. They cross over with everybody, so it's just they cross over with Kiss. They cross over with.
Yeah.
I want to say. I think there's an episode where like they did a cartoon where Korn shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
WWE.
WWE, they have one with John Cena. That's right.
Batman. I mean, hey, James Gunn Scooby-Doo movie is a thing. Now James Gunn's in charge of DCU. There's a chance we get Scooby in the DCU.
That's right. I had to do this. Scooby-Doo meets
John Cena.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
I just think it's hard for him as an actor to not be seen.
Yeah, no.
I can see him now.
Well, apparently, him as a heel, he talks about how stupid the joke is. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You've done this dumb joke for the last 20 years where you can't see me. I'm invisible. All right, we're moving on. Every dog Coyote has its day. It's official. Coyote versus Acme has finally been freed from the WB prison. Thank God. Thank you, Ketchup. After months of uncertainty and over a year on the shelf, Warner Brothers has completed its deal to sell Coyote versus Acme to Catch-Up Entertainment. The hybrid live-action animated feature starring Wile E. Coyote, super genius, in a courtroom battle against his longtime supplier, Acme Corporation.
That's amazing.
It's going to be so good. Catch-Up Entertainment CEO Gareth West confirmed the worldwide rights acquisition sharing. We're thrilled to have made a deal with Warner Brothers Pictures to bring this film to audiences worldwide. So Coyote versus Acme now has a new lease on life and will get shot out of a cannon and into theaters in 2026.
Love it.
Good for them.
Love it.
And I'm sure
2 movies now, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the only reason it's taking so long, like it's going to take until next year to do it, is because they have to get distribution rights and all that kind of stuff.
I have two things to say about it. There you go. I have two things. First, hashtag we're releasing the condiment cut, and two. Husby and I watched the first episode of The Studio. It's the new series on Apple TV, because of course nobody knows about it, because it's on Apple. Seth Rogen is in it. He's the main character in it. And I jokingly said, who's he trying to be? His boss. I'm like, who's he trying to be? David Zaslav. And then this shit happened. I was like, oh, yeah,
that's exactly it. Oh God, I didn't realize everybody in the chat was like doing crossovers for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
all the weird crossovers that were in Scooby-Doo. Addams Family, that's right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So good.
Scooby-Doo candidate fire Scooby-Doo.
But yes, guys, I'm very excited for this. This is a movie that I've been kind of like an advocate for wanting to come out. Mostly because Eric Bowles is really just kind of adamant about this movie needing to come out. And now I'm excited to watch it, because if he was willing to go against Warner Brothers and advocate for this movie to come out, and he's the dude who plays all the characters, like he's risking his job because he plays like 7 characters in Looney Tunes. then I'm more excited to want to watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. It's nice that it's gonna see the light of day. Look at Aaron Watson. If a coyote were to be played by an actual actor, who are we nominating? Josh Brolin, an older, beat up, grizzled coyote?
Hugh Jackman.
Okay,
he plays small, feral creatures.
he does. Aaron Watson. It's funny that you make a joke about Josh Brolin. Hold on until after this because I have a joke.
Now I want a fan cast, like a live action Looney Tunes.
I have a surprise joke that nobody knows is coming. So
it would be like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah,
like Pedro Pascal. Maybe Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal's Pepe Le Pew. Oh God, you know.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying you're having Internet Zaddy play a very problematic character.
Yeah, he's very problematic. Instead of being French, he could do his SNL voice. I watched he was doing a couple of interviews, and I watched him, and they were talking about him doing that, and he's like, no, he came up with the voice, and it's like, oh, that's the way. And I was thinking, that's the voice he could do. Like, hello, I am Pepe Le Pew.
I'm Pepe Le Pew. Well, let's move into this last story before we jump into the new segment.
It's not where you think. They're really taking a bite out of this, Apple. Apple TV has been in the streaming service game for nearly 5 years, steadily building its content library with prestige dramas and award-winning hits. But behind the glossy success, the financial reality is that Apple is reportedly losing more than $1 billion a year on its streaming service. That's despite the tech giant spending over $5 billion annually on content since its 2019 launch, though they did scale back by almost $500 million last year. Apple, on the other hand, doesn't seem fazed. With $391 billion in revenue for fiscal 2024, the losses from Apple TV are more of a drop in the bucket. So, is Apple TV a failure? Well, not really. Even with billion-dollar losses, Apple is playing the long game, where streaming is less about immediate profitability and more about keeping users locked into the Apple ecosystem. Is this why Apple TV doesn't spend a lot of marketing their shows?
It might be.
It explains a lot to me.
It does explain a lot. Like they're willing to just have losses in order to have a long-term ecosystem, but at the same time, like, you're not telling people about your shows. There is a lot of word of mouth where your shows come out. Again, we were just talking about. Well, we've been talking about Severance. We were just talking about, what was the show that you just brought up, Jen?
The Studio.
The Studio.
I've never even heard of that.
I heard about it today.
Catherine Hahn is in it, and my God, she's amazing.
I heard about it today on Instagram. Somebody posted about how, like, if you're not watching The Studio, you need to start watching it. And I was like, where did this
really
one come
good.
from?
Right. It's really good. Catherine O'Hara is in it too. She kind of plays Seth Rogen's like mentor.
Okay. So Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn, Catherine O'Hara, like what is it with, like, Apple has these all-star casts with these amazing shows, because when you watch these shows, you're like, how come I never heard about this? This show is amazing. Right. And Apple has a tendency to do that. Like, a lot of Apple shows are really good. They just don't market anything.
Yeah. No, Shrinking is really good too, and people don't even talk about it.
Shrinking, another one. Yeah.
And then what were we just talking about in our chat? Side Quest. There's a there's a new season of Mythic Quest, but then there's also like a spin-off show called Side Quest. I'm like, how cool is that? You get a side quest for Mythic Quest. I'm like, I didn't even know it was there.
Which is, and again, that's like they're marketing themselves, but it's just kind of like, if you don't know about it, like, Mythic Quest is an amazing show. It's really good.
I knew about it, but I fought it for a while because I was so done with Always Sunny. I was just like, oh my God, it's going on forever. Even though I think it's funny. It's just one of those where I was just like, ugh. And so I was kind of over Rob McElhaney. And then he bought a freaking football club in Wales with Ryan Reynolds. And then he became beloved to me. And so then I watched Mythic Quest and I'm like, I love this show. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Too much information with Frey.
All right, that's the new segment. Too much information with Frey. I wish I had the sound effect from The More You Know.
You could. We just got to fix it in post.
I know. I can add that in post. For now, all I have is this.
There you go. Yeah.
That's all of us. That just describes all of us.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
That's it, huh?
that's the last story we have for the download. So
no. That's the last story we have at all. That's it. We're ending the show.
oh no, we're not, because I've got a whole thing here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have there's so much that happened over the week with Marvel that there was no way that we could just talk about it in the regular news. So we have an entire segment for you guys here, brand new segment that we like to call the Incursion.
Was that really necessary?
Okay, graphics department. I was so happy for you up until
the fart and
up until the sound effects department got a hold of it. I feel sorry for the graphics department. Ugh, stepped all over it.
That sound guy's a troll.
Yes. Super troll.
That was the point. It's great because it took me probably like 30 minutes to make that. So.
Wow, that's
and it's the effort of about 5 minutes.
No, mostly it was the audio because the video software didn't want to cooperate with cutting the audio right. So,
y'all, I just love the chat's just like has really gone with the live action Looney Tunes movie.
I know there's like a writer's room in the chat right now.
With it. Yeah, they're pitching ideas, they're putting it on
great.
boards.
Yeah, there's a whole nother show going on over there. So.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna chat GPT an entire movie of Looney Tunes live action.
Oh my god, if they do that,
we
can bring back that segment. We'll just read it.
That's terrible. That's exactly where it's going to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there may not only be one Blade. Marvel Studios' Blade has been stuck in development purgatory for years, but according to a new report, John Wick director Chad Stahelski is now the frontrunner to take the helm. Beyond John Wick, Stahelski also worked as a second unit director on Captain America: Civil War and Birds of Prey, both movies that were really well done. Yeah. Birds of Prey was a lot better than a lot of people give it credit for. So, I mean, it was actually a decent movie. So tacos on the table. Will Blade have a dog?
Oh, well,
little half vampire.
You mean a vampire Pomeranian?
Oh my god. Blade with like a little like badass Pomeranian in a little leather jacket. Oh my god.
Wait,
matching sunglasses. Matching sunglasses.
Right. Well, I'm trying to remember what the dog's name was in Blade 3. Pac-Man. His name was Pac-Man.
Yeah. Aww. Little Pac-Man. That's so cute. Okay, I want that.
What does he say? He goes, "Hey, asshole, you seen my dog? Have you tried the lobby?" He kicks him out of the window.
Yeah. He defenestrated that dog.
Yeah.
He really did. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Blade's going to have a dog, or what's up here? Now, actually, how do you guys feel about Chad Stahelski directing this movie?
You know what? I think this might be what Blade needs. I mean, because like Matrix and John Wick really made that like high style ground level action movie a thing, and I think that would be perfect for Blade.
I totally agree. Tacos on the table for what Frey said, because I think that's it. Is like, yeah, we need a director that can handle movies like John Wick and stuff like that to take over Blade and just give us a fun action movie and go from there.
Yeah, which is what Blade basically needs to be.
The issue with this movie has been like why it keeps getting stalled is because of the writing. The writers' room, they wanted to make it kind of like not an action film series, and they wanted to take it away from everything. Like in the end, the way this needs to go, what they need to do is have Wesley Snipes on as a producer.
Yeah.
and have him have his input, because Wesley Snipes had a lot of creative input with the first films.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I actually would love them to go into the like John Wick kind of arena, because I feel Blade has to have that. He's not fighting just humans. He's fighting extraordinary beings.
Right. And we know the
super
action will
fast
be
and stuff.
amazing. Yeah, we know that the
Yeah.
action will be amazing because Chad Stahelski is really good with his action scenes. Obviously, John Wick is what it is. But yeah, like it's he has the directorial chops to make a good action film. It's at this point, it's being left up to the writers. The writers are the ones that are kind of all in for disappointing us or not, because they also have the perfect person to play Blade.
Exactly.
Right. And if they don't make it action oriented, I think that they will be disusing Chad Stahelski. Yeah. So
him and Mahershala Ali, who chews up every piece of scenery you give him. Like, don't ruin it when you have those two guys at the helm of this.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
My blood-covered leather tacos are on the table.
Ew, that's gross.
That sounds absolutely disgusting. All right, let's move on to the next.
Just thinking about that.
Yeah, let's move on to the next thing here, just because I want to hear SHDU's. I want to hear his impression here. So let's see if you can do this, because I actually have a good impression of this character. So I want to hear what you got here.
Here we go. A chameleon? A lady chameleon?
That's actually not that bad.
We still don't have official confirmation on who Tom Holland's Peter Parker will be facing next. A new report throws a different name into the mix with Chameleon, the classic shape-shifting foe, but not just the chameleon, but Lady Chameleon. In the comics, Lady Chameleon debuted in Ultimate Spider-Man number 13 back in 2010, where she was introduced as Chameleon's sister. If Marvel Studios wants to introduce a variant of the character while avoiding confusion with Kraven the Hunter, this could be their way of doing it. So, talk is on the table. Do you think the Chameleon will join Spider-Man 4?
I can see that. I'll put my tacos on the table, because this is also a way that Marvel could kind of give like a big middle finger to Sony.
Yeah.
So Marvel's really good about telling Sony to go fuck off, but right in the middle of their own like universe. Because it's like, Sony gets to run this, but Marvel's like, you guys did it wrong. We're gonna do it right, right? And it's like, doing Chameleon. I know a lot of trolls on the internet are gonna be pissed because there's like Lady Chameleon, but she's not a lady. Oh, read the comic, she is. Okay. Yeah. I'm okay with this because even then, Chameleon exists in her universe, and basically Lady Chameleon is the younger sister of Kraven and Chameleon. So it's like she's a character. She actually is a character that's in the universe. And
Golden Glider.
Golden Glider.
I mean, it's the DC version, but she is the sister of Captain Cold. So.
Captain Cold, yeah. But yeah, no, like Kraven the Hunter, we all know was not done right.
How dare you?
It was really just for the abs. They really just wanted to show off his abs.
Every person that, especially the people who are usually more forgiving on those kind of movies, every person I talked to said after 5 minutes I couldn't watch it.
That's why they released a 10-minute clip before the movie came out.
Yeah, right. They're like, this is the best 10 minutes of the entire movie. Yeah. This convinced people to come in like, yeah, these are the best 10 minutes, and the rest of the movie sucks. But no, I'm
hold on. Did you watch Kraven?
I can't.
So you didn't watch Kraven, but you spent half an hour making that graphic at the beginning of this segment?
No, I can't watch Kraven.
That was time better spent.
I can't watch Kraven because Netflix has a deal that if you have the Netflix with ads, you can't watch the Sony movies.
Oh,
well, isn't that your problem? Not
I tried to watch them over the weekend. Over this week, I tried to watch this and Venom, and both of them have big locks on them, and it says due to I think it said like due to restrictions with Sony. These films are not available.
You're
Sony
just gonna have to wait until they end up
the Spider-Man property back to Marvel.
Yep.
They'll end up on Disney Plus
Eventually, yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
Oh yeah.
All
let's
right. By the way, my shape-shifting tacos are on the table.
Okay.
go. Oh, my tacos are on the table as well. I don't think I said that. They are.
Yeah.
Any more
it
tacos?
makes sense.
My tacos on the table, but my tacos chameleoned or morphed into a quesadilla. So there's that. Okay, this next rumor may be a bit of a stretch.
Eh,
Get it? Jokes. We got jokes. The rumor is claiming that Captain America actor Chris Evans will appear in Fantastic Four First Steps. No word on who he might be playing, though. A variant of Captain America seems most likely. There's even a possibility that a multiversal variant is as evil as Robert Downey Jr.'s former Iron Man, now Doctor Doom, who leads a multiversal cabal. So it's possibility that the former Steve Rogers could be a part of that. The Fantastic Four First Steps set to be released on July 25th, 2025. Too many sets. Talkers on the table. Are we taking the first steps to getting America's ass back? And will it be fantastic?
It's going to be
always fantastic.
Hydra's ass, just so you know.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have an
Germany's
out
ass.
there theory. I'm gonna say I love this idea. My
Uh-huh,
tacos are on the
uh-huh,
table for that, but let's elevate it. Let's take it up a notch. What if he is Sue and Johnny's father?
Oh.
Okay.
And that would
Named
explain why
Jonathan Storm.
it would explain why he's Johnny Storm in the other universe. One where he gets his fucking skin ripped off.
Right. No, I mean, that would be a total like left turn for them to do that. He probably is coming back as a Captain America variant. Hopefully, he's going to be.
I could see him as a
Hydra
Johnny
Cat.
Storm variant though. That would be really funny.
It's like another Johnny Storm variant
Another
within,
Johnny
within the
Storm.
MCU, since he's already done variants within the MCU now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually heard a rumor that it's Captain America's fault that we're getting Doctor Doom and Doomsday, is because he messed with the timeline when he went back to return the stones. And instead of just being like, "Oh, I'm gonna be done and move on," and instead he wanted to spend his life with Peggy. He couldn't help himself, and he turned into Nomad, right? And did all his Captain America type things, but as Nomad, and that ended up causing a thread or a offshoot of timeline, and that created like the universe, like a utopian universe where like all these Nazis got stopped before they started taking over, and all the big huge events were thwarted. Thus, a utopian society that we see in Fantastic Four is because of Steve Rogers messing with the timeline, and that spins into Doctor Doom.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
I'm also thinking like all I can think of right now is the episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Don't mess with time.
Mhm.
I did mess with
But then,
time.
hold on. I'm not done. And then what happens is that because Steve is from the 616, but he's also lived this life with Peggy in this 838, right? Utopian society. He doesn't know what to do when the worlds start colliding and the incursion starts to happen. Does he save his original universe, or does he save the universe where he and Peggy lived a life together? Oh my gosh.
That would be
and hold on. What if
He's cooking.
what if it's also the same universe where the Scarlet Witch kills Captain Carter, and that was Steve Rogers' boo, Peggy, and now she's dead, and he's pissed off. What am I supposed to do? How am I going to avenge her death? Wait, I got to kill off my old universe to save, the universe I'm in now? Oh my gosh.
I think you've written a Captain America movie instead of a Fantastic Four movie.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
No,
I'm
he's
fine
doing
with that.
he's doing the
It's
Captain.
better than Brave New World. It's fine.
He's doing the Fantastic
Whoa.
Four.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, he's doing the Fantastic Four. What Captain America did to the Hulk.
Yes.
That's fair.
So the thing
Yeah.
that kind of like burst the bubble for you, James, is how does he get back to give Sam the shield?
I don't know. I haven't finished the movie yet.
He's still writing it. Okay,
Yeah, jeez.
Hollywood, give him a call.
We're not bursting bubbles here.
Give Jahmez a call. He's ready.
We are boasting timelines.
All right, let's keep it going though.
Let's keep moving.
My blue spandex chakras are on the table. All right, so.
Actually.
I like SHDU's acapella version, but I need you to commit to it.
A new Avengers Doomsday plot leak has surfaced featuring the final incursion.
It's the final incursion.
A battle between the Avengers and the X-Men, and Doctor Doom's war against the TVA. According to the leak, the movie will focus on the final incursion, where Earth 616 collides with a divergent X-Men universe. Described as something similar to Daredevil Born Again's approach to the Netflix series. Monica Rambeau, who was last seen trapped in an alternate reality at the end of the Marvels, will play a key role. Her presence in this alternate world is said to be the catalyst that draws the two universes together. Both realities will mistakenly believe the other is invading, leading to an all-out war. Avengers versus X-Men. This ties into the post-credit scene of Captain America: Brave New World, where the leader plants the idea... Sorry, spoilers. Where the leader plants the idea of otherworldly invaders in Sam Wilson's mind. Hulk vs. Wolverine is supposedly happening, along with the team-up between the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Meanwhile, back on Earth 616...
Mutants?
Yes, Mutants.
Mutants.
Meanwhile, back on Earth 616, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Hulk, and Wong are working to bring Monica home, while Miss Marvel assembles her own team of young heroes.
Well, I
The
love
Fantastic
that.
Four is still on their own Earth, this is a lot, when Avengers Doomsday begins, raising the question of how and when they'll join the MCU's main timeline. As for Spider-Man, he apparently wants nothing to do with the conflict, but gets dragged in anyway. The leak also claims that he'll don the symbiote suit. Doctor Doom is set to play a major role, good gods, set to play a major role in the film, with the leak suggesting that Victor Von Doom despises Kang and the TVA, blaming them for the chaos unfolding in the MCU. His vendetta against the TVA will lead to a multiversal war within the organization, setting up Avengers Doomsday climactic battle. Doctor Strange and Clea will be part of Doctor Doom's story. Loki is described as the MacGuffin, though what that means for his fate after Loki Season 2 remains to be seen. Okay. Tacos
Hey
on the
man, you
table.
picked this story. You're the
Are
one
we
that picked
getting
this
the final
story.
incursion, or is Loki playing the long game again?
Wait, can you go back?
No.
I
Yeah,
zoned
no.
out. I zoned
Read
out.
that whole thing
No.
all over again.
No, I cannot.
What
I
happens
cannot.
to Loki again?
Loki
You're
is
gonna have to
now
read it
sitting
yourself.
upon the throne of Idrisil.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and where are Fantastic Four?
They're still in their own universe as far as
Ah,
what we
okay.
understand that's going to happen. We won't know until the movie comes out in July, but I mean, still.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's a
I
lot of
don't hate
fan theory
it.
going on.
yeah,
But that
they
seems
just
very-
wrote the whole movie.
Well, okay, so a lot of that sounds like it makes sense. I don't think it's all going to happen in one movie, but a lot of that sounds like it's going to make sense leading up to Secret Wars. Especially like the symbiote suit for Spider-Man makes 100% makes sense just because
Yeah, because it's in Secret Wars.
it
so I have
gets
that-
introduced in Secret Wars. So it's
Yeah.
like that. This is the good time to do that. I'm hoping that they write the story where it isn't just like I that's one of those things I don't want it to play out the way it did in the comics just because it is the stupidest storyline. You know, walks up to a machine, presses a button, a black ball comes out, and he goes, "Cool, I got a black suit now."
Yeah, that was
It was so dumb.
that's lazy.
Yeah, the rewriting of the story when they did the Venom storyline, when they went back and retold the whole story, That's the better version. That's the version they need to go with. But I hope that they don't use the Secret Wars version of the story.
Yeah, I don't think they are. Well, they really have planted that whole Venom thing, and in later news or part of the incursion, we have stuff on that we can talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah,
why he may not be attached to Doomsday.
Yeah, I 100% need Venom to be the kind of like dumb jock version of Eddie Brock. The reason is because Venom, when he's the dumb jock Eddie Brock version of Venom, not like this, kind of like shy, but I'm kind of a cool guy kind of thing that they did with him. Make him a dumb jock, because whenever you have that version of Venom, he always says the dumbest things, and then everybody looks at him like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah,
and then goes into a fight and just beats the shit out of everybody. So it's I need that version of Venom, just because he can both be comic relief, but at the same time be an extremely scary character.
He's like Wrecker in Bad Batch.
Yeah,
100%. He is Wrecker in Bad Batch. He really is.
But we've gotten off topic, so my tacos are on the table. I think that this is a good idea. If they don't use it, I think it'll probably be a little bit more cohesive, and I do think it is for both movies. I don't think it's for just the one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my tacos are like, there's one half that's in one universe, one half that's in the other, and they're currently coming together.
That's dirty.
Okay, yeah. I see what you did there, James. Where you got that?
Yeah, I can see this happening. My tacos are on the table, I guess. There's just so much in this story where it's like, okay,
non-committal tacos.
It's a lot. Well, hey, look, your tacos were in two different universes, bro.
Yes, they're simultaneous. It's like Schrodinger's tacos.
Look, ambivalent tacos are okay too.
Yeah. Supposedly, again, one of the rumors that's been out there is they have a whole plot line that they talked about in this. That's like the multiversal war, Dr. Doom taking out the Council of Kangs and all that. They're supposed to be doing it the same way that they did Thanos destroying Xandar. Is that it happens off screen, but they like mention it and they talk about what happened, and they basically right. And Doom already has all the power, and he's like, when I destroyed the Council of Kangs, and that's going to be one of those things like, oh my God, he did what?
Well,
there's also a rumor,
keep a helmet or something.
Yeah, there's also a rumor that Jonathan Majors is like, he has already filmed like minor scenes, and he like donned the Kang suit again. So
okay, all right.
The part I don't have my tacos on the table for is this whole Monica Rambeau thing, because when they did the casting announcement, they didn't mention Captain Marvel at all.
Well,
but they're still doing announcements though.
Yeah,
we don't know that yet.
Get into casting.
Speaking of announcements,
yeah, let's move into the next thing here. So Jen is coming back for more casting, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the casting cosmos.
Oh. All right. It's Doom's multiverse. We're just living in it. Marvel Studios just pulled off its biggest live stream event with a 5+ hours spectacle. Over 5 hours.
I was there for every second of it. Thanks.
Me too. We were actually like in our chat, just like basically live tweeting it. It was hilarious.
I was in an attic the entire time.
I know, like you came down and you're like, what the shit? Like, it was really funny. And then SHDU woke up and was like, I missed a lot.
I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it was a weird thing. But it drew in
103 notifications.
Yeah, it drew in a massive 275 million digital views.
God, I wish our show could do that.
Yeah. Oh God.
We just got to do a 5-hour show.
Yeah.
We've done a 5-hour show, and we got like 10.
We just need more chairs.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
While revealing the official Avengers Doomsday lineup, you guys want to hear it?
Yes, please.
All right.
Let's do it.
So I'm doing it. I'm grouping it by who I think is going to be with different groups. Okay.
Okay.
Avengers: Chris Hemsworth, Thor; Anthony Mackie, Captain America; Paul Rudd, Ant-Man; Simu Liu, Shang-Chi, sorry, and Danny Ramirez, the Falcon.
Dilly dilly.
X-Men: Kelsey Grammer, Beast; Patrick Stewart, Professor X; Ian McKellen, Luscious Locks, Magneto; Alan Cumming, Nightcrawler; Rebecca Romaine, Mystique; James Marsden, Cyclops; and Channing Tatum, Gambit.
Woo!
You don't have the Gambit sound effect?
No, that's probably one I should make.
We'll fix it in post.
I've got that.
No, that's okay. We're getting off.
Wrong universe.
Focus, people. All right, I've got a lot. Wakanda. So the Wakanda crew: Letitia Wright, Black Panther. You know what?
Thank
you, Namor, and Winston Duke M'Baku.
Namor.
Thunderbolts: Sebastian Stan / Bucky, and I like to call him the Senator. Wyatt Russell.
Johnny Mayo Russell.
Right, Johnny Mayo. Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, aka White Widow. Lewis Pullman, the Sentry, aka Bob. David Harbour, Red Guardian, aka Alexi. Hannah John Kamen, Ghost, aka I don't know, she's Ghost. I don't have an AKA for that. Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby, Invisible Woman. Evan Moss Baccarat, The Thing. Joseph Quinn, Human Torch, aka what did we decide on? Johnny Spicy Mayo.
Johnny Spicy Mayo.
Johnny Spicy Mayo.
Johnny Chipotle Mayo.
Johnny Chipotle Mayo.
Smoked.
The Johnny Smoked Pepper Mayo. Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. And then, so there are two that I was like, where do I put them? So I did Tom Hiddleston Loki under the TVA. And Robert Downey Jr. / Dr. Doom is a sovereign citizen, baby. All right. So make mine Marvel. Do you think RDJ put all those chairs out himself?
He did. I believe there's a video of him putting all the chairs out.
Right. Yeah. Well, he is a perfectionist.
Yeah.
All right. But wait, there's more.
Everybody's excited about Channing Tatum coming in.
Tatum.
He's such a good Gambit. The only one thing I hope for is if it's a Gambit from another universe, that they do what they did on the internet and just bring in his cowl a little bit and give him the red eyes.
Now, it'll be Gambit from another planet.
Okay.
That's just catchier. Gambit from another planet.
I see what you did there.
All right, thanks. Now, can you please switch the graphic?
That's right. I was waiting for you to start talking about it.
I said, but wait, there's more.
Oh,
which is the tagline for.
Yeah, no. You're right. I missed that. That's my fault.
Wow.
We gotta get the graphics department on this. Come on.
All right, Marvel Studios and Robert Downey Jr. are teasing more casting news. That's right, everybody. Shortly after the live stream, Downey took to social media writing, "That's what you call a deep bench of talent. Actually, it's more like a row, but an extra long one. That must be it, right?" Marvel's official account responded with a knowing tease. There's always room for more.
Fucking RDJ.
I imagine that's Agatha. I imagine that's Catherine Hahn as Agatha going.
That must be it, right?
There's always room for more. All right. So could it be during San Diego Comic-Con? Could they announce it then? It seems likely since several big players are missing from the initial list, including Chris Evans, Captain America, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Mark Ruffalo, Hulk, Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. So make mine Marvel. Who will we see joining the 27 actors chairs we've seen? And will they play? And who will they play?
So Chris Evans 100% is going to be in this. I know they've already said that he is going to be in there, even though they didn't announce it there. Tom Holland is not going to be in this. They said that Tom Holland is not Spider-Man is not going to be in Doomsday because Spider-Man 4 is going to take place at the same time as Avengers Doomsday.
Right. So I figured that's what was going to do it, and that's what would pull him in is something from his movie.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo is probably coming into this. We know Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be coming into this. Elizabeth Olsen supposedly has a contract for this as well. The only outliers are Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. As much as I would love to see them in this, because that would be really fun to have them in this, to have a Wolverine and a Deadpool in this movie. Especially like in the fight scenes, because Deadpool is so fun to watch.
Well, there is a way for them. They could be in like a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
And then lead it into, because if the leak about the TVA and Doom being all pissy with the TVA, that was in Deadpool and Wolverine. The TVA was, so they could do it that way by like them coming with one of those new TVA jumpers. And
but also in the comics, Deadpool has a somewhat tenuous relationship with Doctor Doom. So I mean, what would be fun to see is Deadpool. Right now, all you have is like the fun version of Deadpool in all the movies that he's in there.
Yeah.
What if you have Deadpool come in as a mercenary for Doctor Doom? Like you actually play that. I wouldn't either. Like you actually have him come in as a bad guy, and he's not necessarily the bad guy, but it's more like, hey, he's paying me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like since they've got Channing Tatum in this, that we probably will see that Deadpool and that Wolverine. And so I think it could be in a post-credit scene, like, okay, I guess Marvel Jesus has to save the MCU again, or something like that. Just something.
Because he's been watching it the whole time.
Yeah. Now, Sack Deadpool is also bringing up a point that Ryan and Blake are in some pretty hot water right now, so they may keep him out.
Yeah, I mean, they could. That might be it. But yeah, it's interesting. And I doubt we'll only have 27, those 27 people. I do think we'll get some, like, I think Ruffalo probably, and they might be keeping a couple of these secret because it has something important to do with the story itself.
Right.
So.
Right, probably.
Anyway, let's move on because I got way more stuff.
Wait, hold on real quick. Do you think we'll get somebody like a Chris Pratt? Because Star-Lord is on Earth.
Who?
Yeah, he is.
That's true. And also the last time we saw Star-Lord, it literally said we will see Star-Lord in the future. So
yeah. I'm just concerned, like, because that's like he was like such a James Gunn project. Guardians was such a James Gunn thing. Like maybe they just say, you know what, let's move away from Guardians and Star-Lord, but I could see Marvel wanting to be like, okay, this is our greatest hits. Give me somebody from each thing, and if it's Earth, Star-Lord's an easy pull.
Well, and if they don't bring in Captain Marvel for the first one, they might in the second one, and that could bring in like the Guardians there because she's cosmic, so it could bring the Guardians in. It could bring Star-Lord back. Star-Lord could. We don't know that he doesn't have a communication device where he can't contact the Guardians. So, that there's a lot of different possibilities. So, we can't count anyone out. We may get Howard the Duck.
Oh, there you go. There's one.
Good.
Yeah.
And as long as Seth Green plays him, I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Seth Green's version of Howard the Duck is so good.
I love it. He's like a middle-aged man going through his midlife crisis.
He is. He really
and
is.
I love it. Yeah. All right. So we're going to switch from the Avengers to, we're going to go ground level here.
Okay.
And the first thing I want to say is, why am I craving a slice right meow?
Right meow.
Right meow. Lily Taylor has joined the cast of Marvel's Daredevil's Born Again Season 2, but her role is currently unknown. It's rumored that she will play a political foe of Wilson Fisk. Taylor joins fellow new season 2 cast addition Matthew Lillard, who is also set to recur. Filming on the new season is currently underway in New York. So, make mine Marvel. Will Wilson and Taylor's character have a scene in a pizza joint?
That makes sense.
Now I want a pizza.
Yeah, now I want pizza too.
I really want to go to, Mystic, Connecticut, and maybe get a za. Get a slice.
Mystic pizza.
Totally
I
want to
get
get some Zaw.
Some Zom.
Right? And
Yeah.
also the slice, because Matthew Lillard. Huh?
Huh? Totally want some Zaw.
Our love for you is ticking clock, Berserker.
Marvel Mania casting is a wrap this week, but as someone posted recently, there's always room for more.
That's
Oh,
right.
Marvel.
And we do have more, so SHDU, take it away, sir.
I will take Daredevil's Double D's for 1,000. The latest set photos and videos are from Daredevil Born Again Season 2 have given fans their first look at a major costume update for Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock. The content confirms that Daredevil will don a new black suit featuring the classic Double D logo on the chest. The footage shows Daredevil's stunt double outside Josie's bar wearing the black suit with a red Double D emblem. The design closely resembles the Shadowland-inspired look from the comics, fueling speculation about whether Season 2 will pull from that storyline. However, Marvel Studios has not confirmed it. An interesting detail of the photos is the presence of Fisk's anti-vigilante task force enforcing martial law in broad daylight. Daredevil Born Again Season 1 is now streaming on Disney+.
I just love that you're the one that did this, and you haven't watched 1 second
Nope.
of Daredevil.
No, I just wanted to say Daredevil's Double D's.
And you haven't ever read any of the Daredevil
Nope.
comics.
Nope.
So he
You
has
don't even
no
know
idea
what
what's
no
going
idea
on.
what this is. No, this
Inspired it.
yeah.
Is
I think that means you're
Bleeding
grounded.
Creek?
Yeah. You know what's funny is so I have read Shadowlands. It's actually a really good book. The other thing is this. I have you guys seen the leaks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It
Dude,
looks
that costume
really
looks
cool.
badass.
It looks really cool.
It looks
does.
so dope. Like it looks really good, and even with the Daredevil symbol on his chest, like
Mhm.
I was almost like I like the way that they're doing the costume. And for a while, I was like, you don't really need the double D's on his chest. It looks fine. Now you have the DD on his chest, and it looks amazing. And I'm like,
Right.
wow, that actually looks good. We needed that.
Hey, his
So-
eyes are up here. Quit staring at his double D's.
I'm staring at his double D's. I've got nothing that I can do
Well, I
about
mean,
that.
look,
Now,
his
was
name is Charlie
Shadowland-
Cox. Let's just...
For once, I'm
Jay
not
Cox.
the one ogling Charlie Cox, and you
Hey.
guys are making it about this. And I
Hey.
just wanted to say something about that freaking Shadowland inspired costume.
Hey, if it ain't Cox, it doesn't belong in your mouth.
All right. See, when
We're
No,
moving on.
I don't think you know what movie that's from. That's from a movie.
I just, I'm moving on.
Okay,
So-
just to give context to that joke, because it's not a dirt. It's dirty in words, but the joke itself isn't dirty. Dewey Cox has a sausage company, right? And he sells
Yeah.
like Jimmy Dean style sausages. And his commercial goes, "If it's not Cox, it doesn't belong in your mouth."
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Walk
that's a
Hard, go
solid
watch Walk
commercial.
Hard.
No.
Yeah, go
That's
watch Walk
solid
Hard. It's
commercial.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Solid.
Anyway.
Anyways, moving on to the next story here.
No, I wanted to talk about the stupid costume.
Oh, talk about the costume. Talk about the costume.
I was going to ask, is this his hand costume? Is he part of the hand during this? Because I only read Daredevil sporadically.
In this storyline, because this is post Fisk as the mayor whole thing,
Mhm.
and it's like chaos, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
Think what was the Batman? No Man's Land.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. It's
So it's
just
like-
because of the black and the red, and that's the hand colors and him inverting them like that.
Mhm.
I thought maybe he was going back to the chase or something.
No,
And into the war.
yeah. This whole storyline is about like Fisk causing complete chaos in New York.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
And
and
now I'm totally on board.
yeah. So, are we moving on?
oh no, hold on, because I think Fours, shout out to Fours. I think he just named the episode in the chat.
Cox.
Hold on. I can't find my mouse. Oh, because it's on the wrong screen. There it goes. All right.
He's doing it right now, Force.
If it's not Cox. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
I've got about like 4 or 5. I've got about 6 jokes written down right now so we can discuss at the end of the episode.
Yay! We're getting out of it.
There we go. If it's not Cox. All right. that is very good though. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next story if we're ready here. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Tingles tingling because all the tingles are tingling when they tingle.
It's because the Prowler is wearing the amazing outfit.
Oh God, that Prowler costume is so badass.
This is the way.
This is the way. Sony Pictures shared a first look at Beyond the Spider-Verse with 5 images. This final chapter in the Spider-Verse animated trilogy was delayed in mid-2023, originally slated for the March 29th of 2024. The movie was bumped due to a Hollywood strike, which we all know. They still didn't get enough, but it was decent. Specifically, voiceover work being held up, but a teaser trailer with a new release date was unveiled at CinemaCon 2025.
CinemaCon, interesting.
Yeah, CinemaCon. It opens up with a swirl of abstract shapes and color while flashing back to moments from the first 2 films. Then, just for a few seconds, we get new footage. Miles Morales battling the Prowler and the Spot, plus a mysterious shot of them entering a pitch black void through a glowing yellow portal.
No, Doctor Strange.
Either Doctor Strange or that's the explanation for why the characters show up in Secret Wars.
Oh, maybe.
And then we get a live action. And then we get a live action Miles Morales and Prowler, which that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will swing into theaters on June 4th, 2027.
That's amazing.
Wait, when does Secret Wars come out?
I thought it was July. It's actually isn't it like a year and a day after Doomsday?
I think so. A year and 2 days. And so was that June or July?
I thought I had one. Maybe I don't. Hold on. Maybe it's down here.
I think it's July was when it comes out.
So if this may be the reason why they pushed it back to 2027.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, because it may just be that Sony had finally for once had the wherewithal to say, hey, these characters are going to be in Secret Wars. Let's make it something that doesn't spoil the next movie and gives you anticipation to wait a month for the next movie.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I think that's really cool. I'm happy we're getting the third one finally because I was a little shocked that we hadn't gotten the third one yet.
I was afraid because they were also talking about they fired all the writers and and brought everybody back, and it's like, why are you firing Lord and Miller? Those guys made the perfect Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only ones making good Spider-Man movies. Why are you getting rid of them?
Right.
Is it Sony?
Yeah. Well, and they're the only ones making good Spider-Man movies at Sony.
Right. There you
go. Because Disney's making the mainstream
Sony.
Spider-Man movies. Yeah.
Well, hold on. I mean, you could even argue that it's the best Marvel stories we've gotten.
Yeah.
Are these Beyond the Spider-Verse movies?
They are the most on point Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, even with Peter, right? You have very minimal Peter, but the glimpses of Peter that we have in this are very on point for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They are perfect versions of Peter Parker, and this was the way that I wanted Miles Morales on screen. It was amazing. So
I can't believe this is 4 years after it's supposed to come out, though.
Yeah, but again, I think what they're doing is because it's leading into the next live action thing, which they've already kind of made references to. They literally had Donald Glover in the second movie. They had Donald Glover in a holding cell wearing the Prowler outfit.
Yeah. I think it's great. I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm really glad that they introduced Miles Morales in a different medium.
Yeah.
So like he starts in animation because that's really where Peter started as well. Apart from the comics, was he? We got the. Well, I mean, we did have Electric Company, but I don't count that.
Oh, you count that.
But I think.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah. But
you're not the real Spider-Man.
The animated was where I think a lot of people really got into Spider-Man, other than the comic book readers.
Right.
And so I really feel like that is doing Miles such a good service in saying, no, he's really also Spider-Man. And we're introducing him the same way we introduced Peter Parker to the world.
Mm-hmm. That's a real good.
I do like that.
That's a good point. That's like the most mainstream Spider-Man ever got before any of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and again, like Beyond the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Verse movies are, arguably just as successful as the mainstream Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And like there's an entire generation of kids who grew up with Miles Morales as their Spider-Man.
Yep.
To the point where like even Disney, on Disney Channel, or I think it's on Disney Plus. I think it is on Disney Channel though. The Spidey and His Amazing Friends, the kid show.
Yeah.
Which shout outs to a couple friends of the show that are on that show, but Spidey and His Amazing Friends is the whole thing revolves around Peter, Miles, and Gwen going on adventures.
I love that. I do love that. It's nice for Spider-Man to have some spider friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really got me hooked. Like you mentioned, Spider-Man, the cartoon back in the day. I remember getting hooked on Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. With Iceman and Firestar. That's what got me hooked onto, like, this is who I think Spider-Man is. These are his, friends and stuff. It always freaked me out. I'm like, how come in the comics, when I started reading comics, how come they're not all friends? Why are they all hanging out?
You're like, Bobby's acting like he doesn't know who Peter is. This is bullshit. Like, that was it. It was like, and you're like, and Firestar's a bad person. She's in the Hellions. What the heck?
What's cool with all that is Firestar's been getting a whole revitalization in the comics.
Say it. She's getting a glow up.
She is getting a glow up. Given that she was a character that was created for Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
She was not in the comics prior to that cartoon, and now, obviously they added her in, but now she has her own comic run right now.
And she was a big part of the last mutant story arc, the Krakoa
storyline. Yeah,
she was. So shout out to Kathy Garver. Shout out
Kathy Garver, who's been on the show twice. But not only that, right? Marvel doesn't do anything by accident when it comes to comics, right? Yeah. A lot of times they will do a run, like a major run, before they're getting ready to introduce a character in the movies.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They did it with
Marvel
Echo.
Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force.
Strike Force is another one, yeah. And I think Firestarter is a character in Strike Force right now.
Yeah, well, she's been in there for a bit, so I expect her to show up all the time.
Yeah, but like, they tend to do that. Again, they did the same thing with Echo. Like, Echo had a whole comic run before they did the show.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a transition to the next story. So when you guys are done talking about this, let me know.
No, go for it, please move on.
Right.
We do have to move on.
Can we talk about it being a transition? Is it a transition?
Well, I didn't realize it was one until I had the thought, and then I was like, I need to say this out loud, because if I do if I say this, you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, that would be amazing. So, which is also part of it.
Or spectacular.
Yeah, no, not spectacular. Amazing. Because what if Sadie Sink is playing Firestar?
That's one of the rumors.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Rumors. I'm so glad I finally caught up with everybody.
Yeah, that's one of the rumors, is that Sadie. I think we talked about it when they were talking about Sadie Sink being cast.
Yeah. I feel like I really hyped that transition up too much, and it fell flat. And I just
it didn't fall flat. I'm excited for that.
And I think you just need to move on.
I love the idea of her playing Firestar. If
it'd be great.
There's a couple of different characters she can play. If she turns out that she's playing Firestar, I will be super excited about that. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind her being Jean. I wouldn't mind her being Firestar.
Yeah, but like Jean Grey doesn't make sense just because there's no significant relationship between Peter and Jean Grey. It doesn't make sense to introduce her in a Spider-Man movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so maybe
Anyway.
she'll be our MJ.
I was gonna say I'd rather her either be Mary Jane Watson, Gwen Stacy, or
Mhm.
if they do Firestar and introduce like mutants within the universe like that, then Firestar would be amazing. So
Yeah.
I agree.
So-
I agree. But SHDU, why don't you tell us how a transition is supposed to be done?
New jingle, who dis? Marvel recently unveiled the title for the next chapter of the Spider-Man saga, and it's carrying some loaded meaning. Revealed at CinemaCon, Spider-Man 4 is now officially titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. And according to Tom Holland, it's signaling a clean slate for Peter Parker. While plot details are still tightly locked away, Holland delivered a message to fans during the event, saying, "I'm so sorry I can't be there with you. I'm halfway around the world shooting a movie. I know we left you with a massive cliffhanger at the end of No Way Home. So Spider-Man Brand New Day is a fresh start. It's exactly that, and that's all I can say. Brand New Day is slated to arrive right between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Spider-Man 4 will be released in the United States theaters on July 31st of 2026.
again, very exciting. This is something that I see coming now. What Jen, what was the storyline that they're saying this is going to be based on? It was I don't remember what it's called.
Well, okay, so there wasn't there like a rumor that Silver Sable might be in this one.
There was a rumor that they were saying that it's going to be like that.
And then like there's also Felicity could be it. So like Felicia Hardy, sorry, not Felicity.
The only thing with that is I like Sadie Sink. I don't think that I would want her to be my Felicia Hardy.
I don't think she's gonna be. I think that's gonna be Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney makes sense for Felicia Hardy.
Yeah, I think she would be great. Yeah.
She does action. She's kind of bodacious, as the word that we could probably use for her.
You can say well endowed. It's 2025.
She is well endowed.
You can say Daredevil double D's.
Bringing it back.
She would definitely fill out the Daredevil double D costume.
Yeah, well, she would also fill out the Black Cat.
Alicia Hardy.
The Black Cat double D costume.
You do. I think for the character, you do actually need someone who's kind of got those features. So
yeah,
just in general.
Now the other thing is, so I had to look it up. So there's a storyline called Brand New Day, by Dan Slott that is literally exactly where the last movie left off, where No Way Home left off.
Mm-hmm.
Is what that storyline by Dan Slott is based on. Is Peter makes a deal with Mephisto, so that's where they kind of changed it a little bit. Is that Peter made a deal with Doctor Strange, but in the
we don't have Mephisto yet because
which
cowards.
Well, we're supposed to be getting him soon, so we're supposed to be getting him this year, supposedly. So
it will be Jake the Goat.
You said who?
In Doomheart.
In Doom, well, it's supposed to be in Doomheart. It's supposed to be Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
And of course, Jake the Goat.
Jake the Goat.
Jake!
But no, yeah. So the storyline is about Mephisto makes everybody forget who Spider-Man is, to include Mary Jane Watson, and it was just a storyline for them to make it so that he wasn't married to Mary Jane anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So
I forgot he's a commitment phobe.
Yeah. So like with that, basically that's a way for you to make it to where he's not with MJ anymore. Mm-hmm. But like it's kind of like the reverse Brand New Day, where this is how he meets Mary Jane Watson. So this is where I could believe that that Sadie Sink is playing Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
because he looks like Gwen Stacy?
Remember Jim Lee did that Mary Jane? Was it Jim Lee? I can't remember if it was. Oh no, I think it was Campbell did it.
Okay.
The Mary Jane like pinup thing that she did, where she had that shirt with the heart and it had Spider-Man in the middle.
And like
of the
every
heart.
cosplay is inspired by that now.
Right, like all of that is inspired by that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that.
Like you make Mary Jane like a fan instead of him being like his high school crush.
No, I'm talking about the T-shirt.
But I mean, like that's the whole thing is you have her wearing that T-shirt.
James, he's not doing transitions right.
What?
Okay, what?
We're done. That's the last one. So we've got merch, people.
I wasn't. I was okay. Yeah, we can do that. So you know. Oh no, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right.
If
Well,
you want to be a fan of distance nerding, we
Mary-
got most people.
hold on, man. Mary Jane Watson wears Spider-Man merch the way that you can wear freaking distance nerding
There
merch.
we are.
Okay? That's where I was trying to go with that. All right.
Okay,
So
okay, all right,
with
yeah,
that
no,
being
just-
said, we got merch people.
We got there. I don't know how we got there,
Wow.
but we got there.
Eventually.
I feel like we all just witnessed a car accident.
And but from like inside the car.
Exactly. We were in the accident. That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I feel like. So
We got
And
merch,
we're
people.
here to nerd together. Oh.
And so can you DM us at Distance 13. We'll get your size and how many shirts you're looking for. We got the beautiful character shirt on the right hand side there, the character shirt in charcoal gray. We're all out of the logo shirts, but we are working on it. So stay tuned, y'all. But they're 25 if we got to ship it to you. 20 if you're local. If you're local, Sacramento, or if you're out at the cons. $20, no big deal.
And of course, if you're in Florida, it is $40 now.
It's 78.
It's
78.
Right.
It just went up today.
yeah.
There's a lot of taxes, a lot of tariffs going on.
Right, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Especially as of tomorrow, all the tariffs go in. So we're
Right,
tariffing.
right.
It's alligator tariffs.
Yeah, we're
And that is
tariffing.
no
We're
joke.
tariffing Florida.
Right,
Exactly.
Just for it. Again, I vote that we just build the wall around Florida, but that's.
Mhm.
All right. So again,
Anyway.
that I'm not going to. So we're going to continue on.
Nope, we're gonna just.
We're not talking
move on.
politics here.
if you want a shirt, better message us quickly. Like when we were at Weekend Blender, we sold a couple of shirts there. So sooner or later, a lot of the sizes are going to get real scarce. So if you want a shirt, let us know right away. We'll talk to you. We'll figure it out. DM us at Distance Nerding. Let us know the size, how many, and we'll go from there.
Yes. And
That's
stickers.
right. And stickers. We will send you stickers for free. Just let us know you want stickers,
Gotta
and we
stick 'em
will
all.
get stickers. Gotta stick them all. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk schedule here. So our schedule, as of now, we have been back on Mondays. I actually started playing Assassin's Creed Shadow yesterday.
Ooh.
Shadows.
How is it?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Jen was in the chat. I had so many problems going on where like it just would not play things right. But when it did play for a moment, just it's so good. Like I thought, like I was ready for Yasuke. I was just ready for like Yasuke is gonna be badass. It's gonna be so dope, and I'm like so ready to play as Yasuke. You get like a 5-minute playthrough as Yasuke, and then it
Samurai
goes.
guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Black Samurai.
Okay.
And like you go through this whole battle with Nobunaga, and then it goes to Nawe, who is the main character in the game, right?
Yeah.
I'm
love
so
her.
invested in her story. She is so good. I
She
think my
really
only
has- Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I think my only issue with the game, but also not an issue with the game, is there's more cinematics than I would like.
Yeah.
Like
It is,
I would rather do more playthroughs on a lot of things, but the story is so well written and so well put together that I almost forget that I'm playing a video game and just watch.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, were you just watching when you fell off that roof in front of a bunch of like 3 or 4 different guards?
That was like the moment where you came in, and no, I didn't fall off the roof. I was fighting like 7 samurai.
No. Rewind the tape. I saw you jump from one roof to the other roof, but you missed the second roof and landed in front of like 3 guards.
Oh, I know what part you're talking about. So I was supposed to be doing a whole stealth thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Very stealthy.
I was scouting one of the guys I was supposed to assassinate, and I went to go jump onto the other side of this other roof, and for some reason there are these bugs, I went to go jump on the roof and she just didn't jump at all and landed in the middle of like a bunch of fucking guards. And I ended up having to get into a fight. And I'm so low level at that point that she just got her ass kicked.
Oh,
Like,
it was so funny.
hardcore. I the only issue I have with the combat system in this is like the blocking sucks.
Yeah.
Because like it's
You died a couple of times because the blocking didn't happen.
and I'm sitting there pressing the button and she just doesn't block, or you'll see her kind of like block way too early, right? Because she blocks for like a moment, and then basically if she doesn't block in time, it's like real samurai swords. You get like chopped with one hit and you're done.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't block in the right time, or if you block too early or block too late, if you don't block right, it just ensues into chaos, and you have like 3 dudes running at you with swords and they all kill you. So it's like, it becomes kind of a pain in the ass. But I know I've played enough Assassin's Creed games to know that happens at early in the game, and as you progress and you upload your you upgrade your character, then like the blocking becomes a lot better and you do all that. So I'm like, that's why I'm not like discouraged like in the stop playing. Anyways, that's what I'm playing right now. I'm going to continue playing that, guys. On Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30, and then on Thursdays we're doing the build from 6 to 8. Now, this week's guest, I'm actually really excited for. He just hit us up this week or last week, and when he described what his book was, I was like, "You need to come on the show." His name is Milton Lawson. He is connected from one of our previous guests, but he has a comic about Orson Welles.
Oh, that's cool.
And the concept, this is your reason for coming in, guys, and watching the show on Thursday. Orson Welles during the day is doing radio broadcasts for the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
At night, he's actually fighting the aliens.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's like Orson Welles meets the guy that did Cthulhu. Who's the
Lovecraft?
Cthulhu? H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
The person that knows all these things.
No, I didn't hear her right. That's why I was like, I didn't hear what she said. Shit. Sacramento Deadpool saying you have to use the 5Ds of dodgeball to survive attacks in Assassin's Creed.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Dive, dip, duck, dodge, dive.
Die.
Or dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodge. But yeah, so that is that, and then of course on Fridays we will be we are doing our little Friday get-togethers. Now this week we are going to be watching the episode of Hawkeye that features Yelena Belova eating mac and cheese with sriracha.
Oh my god, I love that one.
So we're watching that episode again. For anybody who wants to join us, the best way to watch it is on a browser, specifically in Chrome, if you can help it. We use a program called Teleparty. If you want to download that app ahead of time, head to teleparty.com. That is TELEPARTY.com. Download Teleparty, and when you can watch the show with us, be in the chat with us, and then after that we'll do kind of a breakdown between me and Graveyard. And we this week I'm going to try something new. I think I'm going to stream just on TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
that'd be fun.
For the post show.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So just because this program we're using right now has a specific mode for like for those two programs or those two platforms. So
Okay.
yeah, so it'll look a lot better. So we want to try it out and see kind of how well that goes. So that is it for the schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want to support the show, wait a minute. No, sorry. I am jumping the gun. SHDU, we need you to give everybody your pluggable, sir, because you're doing pluggables for you and your mothers. Go.
All right. So, I am SHDU Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I currently do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore from my own fantasy world, my own original music, paranormal investigations, and so much more nerdy stuff. I am also on Frey's channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. There is also Journals of the Ancestors, which is a continuation of Journals of Classes, where we will go over the different races, ancestries, and/or species that inhabit the worlds of the multiverse. I am also in the Distance Learning Sphere. I am on the Downloaded Tuesdays, the very show you are watching right now. The Build on Thursdays, and sometimes Fridays, whatever we're doing there. Of course, as long as we do them, which we're not. And I am allegedly on Kyber K Productions. Allegedly.
Jen, anything to add?
Hey, look at my background. It's new.
She's got the new background. Yay!
And I don't have
That's
the
been a whole
lamp
thing.
on. See the lamp? That's what I had on last week. And it's a Wonder Woman lamp. Yes, I
love lamp.
everything Wonder Woman.
There you
I
go.
love lamp.
Love lamp. James, you have anything you want to add?
I got my Raider hat on just in case. You guys need it.
Raider.
There you go. Raider hat. There you go. It's happening. There you go. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on all the things. What are the things?
All the things, everything that's out there, ladies and gentlemen. If it's social media, we are there. Now, of course, if you want to support us, if you want to support the show, best way to do it is to head over to distancenerding.com and you can join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party because that is the best way to support Distance Nerding. You can buy us some tacos. It'll help us go more shows and do more things. Or actually, another way you can support us is, of course, if you are currently watching on YouTube, then you can hit that subscribe button. You can hit those notifications, and we can, you can like us and all that. You'll know when we're doing shows, when we go live, everything like that. Come and check us out, guys. Of course, you can join that taco party because that is the best thing to do. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on all the social media places. If it exists, we are there. Sorry, I'm trying to go full screen. There we go. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's never going to be X. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, and of course Jahmez's glasses.
And of course, you can watch me lose $1 billion live.
Are you doing crypto schemes? Like, what do you do?
He's the new CEO of Apple.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. It's the CEO of Apple, of course. That makes a lot of sense.
And we're renaming it Granny Smith.
We're renaming it Granny
Smith.
Oh my God! All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of Internet Zaddy, Pedro Pascal. I think SHDU just busted a nut.
Does everything stretch on Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
You can find out by emailing us at dist.
He can send us an email at distnerding@aol.com and we will read it on air. So that is it from us, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, and keep nerding together. And last,
Bruce.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep,
Bruce.
Go to
Sweetie,
sleep.
it's time for bed, Bruce.
It's night time. Go to sleep, Bruce.
Yeah, it's night time, Bruce. Go to sleep.
So he now says he's waiting to hear you tell him to go to sleep. So we're telling him right now. Go to bed.
Adorable.
Bruce, go to bed. That is it from us, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for the dance party. So let's get this going.
Oh. I am not ready.
got all that stuff behind you. You're not ready?
Distance nerding.
baby looks a little like I did when I was a child.
We'll see everybody on
Good night.
Thursday.